Hi friends, welcome back. So if you're looking for Elon Musk and Tesla stock drama, you've come to the right place, and let's just jump right in. So headline, JP Morgan just raised its price target for Tesla. That's the good news. Now the bad news, but it still expects a 48% crash in the stock. And I'm starting with this because essentially Elon Musk is running out of time, and this sort of explains his erratic and strange behavior when it comes to politics and otherwise. And essentially what he's doing is he's trying to save himself in one way, but costing himself in another way. I want to explain what I mean by that. First, this is actually a comment coming in just a few minutes ago by Teoka. Teoka says, spent all my savings on Tesla at its highs, eating ramen now. I replied, thanks for sharing, but sorry to hear about that. And I wish I had better news for you, but unfortunately, things appear to be getting worse for Musk. And this is sort of why, in my opinion, he's diving into politics. He's looking for a way out. If Tesla's not going to be the way out, try to find the government and get them to bail you out. And if you make friends with the right people in government, maybe it'll work out. So this is just 3 hours ago from Musk. He writes, Earth will literally explode if DJT loses, referring to Donald Trump. So I guess the Earth's going to blow up if we don't vote for Trump. And now he's got a space person saying, oh no, the economy. And then literally Musk tweets right after, basically replying to his own tweet. But seriously, Trump must win or America is in deep trouble. And guys, I can't even cover all the stuff that Musk tweets all day, every day, because it's like Wall Street Journal estimated, 71 tweets a day, maybe more than that, who knows. This is another one just a couple days ago. Trump, Vance must win. I can't handle 4 years of seeing and hearing Kamala Walz. That would be cruel and unusual punishment, just a couple days ago. And you got this, also just recently, unless something is done about the bureaucratic smothering of America, humanity will never reach the stars. That is my biggest showstopper issue for why Trump must win, as the alternative is continued expansion of oppressive big government, making progress impossible. Unless we become multiplanetary, it is simply a matter of time before a natural or man-made calamity destroys life on Earth. Just like what happened to the dinosaurs, this distinction is existential for life as we know it. And this is just a few hours ago. Musk was tweeting this out, and this is like nonstop. Vote for Trump or the world is going to end, etc. Maybe Musk is getting nervous because the world is essentially ending for him, be it his Tesla stock, be it any sort of fraud lawsuits against him. These are the kind of things that he's thinking about. It's like, how can I save myself? This is what it looks like. I mean, someone who is, well, let's say this, doing all right, got plenty of money, no problems. You're not tweeting out, panic stuff like every couple of minutes. Isn't it a bit weird, guys? And this is supposed to be the richest dude in the world is like freaking out nonstop. Well, this is what's going on. So you have a lot of things exposing him lately. The latest one was, I talked about in the prior video, Fidelity basically marked down X, saying, it's lost like 78, 79% of its value. And that's essentially doesn't look good, right? Must chase all those advertisers away, so you lose the money that way. And now JP Morgan saying, the stock could crash 48%. These are the reasons that they give. This is coming from JP Morgan, why Tesla stock would crash. Quote, the continued softer trend now appears to position Tesla to potentially not grow full year unit volumes for the first time in its history, which we estimate could cause incrementally more investors to reconsider the company's growth stock multiple. If you don't understand what this stuff means, is basically the reason why you would buy Tesla stock in the past is because Musk and all the Tesla fanboys and fangirls were promising you 50% growth every single year, right? Forever. And it turns out this year is like the first time that they may not grow, according to JP Morgan. So if that's the case, that Tesla's not growing, in fact, declining, why buy the stock, right? Why buy a growth stock if there is no growth? That's the question. Also, JP Morgan says that the investors may, quote, pay more attention to growing gap between fundamentals and valuation, meaning like, look at how much money the company's earning. Look how much we're valuing this thing. Obviously, it's way out of whack, meaning that Tesla stock is way overvalued. Moreover, this is more from JP Morgan. They say, despite implying material downside risk, we feel our valuation analysis, nevertheless, they're being generous here, generously values Tesla as the world's most valuable automaker. So even though they're saying kind of mean things about Tesla not growing, et cetera, they're still being like a bit generous. They're still saying Tesla's worth the most in the world. Given its suggestive a $400 billion market cap versus Toyota $290 billion, despite considerably less earnings and cash flow, and given the company's stalled automotive growth of the past 2 years makes it harder to embrace the hyper-growth story. So it's kind of crazy. They're still valuing this car company over Toyota, even though it's not growing. And just for a frame of reference, Toyota sells about 10 million cars a year. Tesla sells less than 2 million. So you be the judge if Tesla should be worth, roughly double or more of what Toyota worth. It's kind of crazy if you ask me. And I mentioned to you guys before why, you have the financial problems of be it Musk over at Twitter or be it Musk over at Tesla or...
do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position and I know it because he shares so much of it? Or are there advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
I'm reminded of the scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Okay.
You also have Musk is chasing essentially his customers away. There was a recent poll on NBC that only 6% of Democrats like Musk. That's your base. That's your base in terms of people who are going to buy your products. Republicans aren't going to buy your products. Like Republican, truck driver, pickup driver kind of thing in Alabama that wants to buy, your Ford F-150 or your Chevy. They're not going to switch over to Cybertrucks. It's just not going to happen. It's not a work truck. I hate to break it to you. And they're not really interested in anything with climate change like that. They don't believe in that stuff. So there's that. But Musk still has his fanboys and fangirls. And I actually want to show you this because coming next week is the Tesla Robotaxi event thing. And this is what the fanboys and fangirls are tweeting out the last couple of days. This is Herbert Ong. He's one of them. He says, I'm so excited right now. I just won a ticket to We Robot event. It's kind of like, Charlie and Chocolate Factory golden ticket kind of thing. And it says, a giant thank you to people who used my referral link, over 20 since the beginning of this year. Thank you also to everyone who gave a nice comment when I requested a ticket earlier. Dreams do come true. So this is my understanding of it, guys. They're going to have that Robotaxi event at Warner Brothers Studio in Hollywood, right? It's going to be smoke and mirrors. It's going to be a controlled environment. And it looks like that they're only going to invite fanboys and fangirls, probably no reporters, probably no tough questions. I don't think it's going to be anything, how can I say, substantive. But there are some things they may introduce. I also want to show you guys, it's kind of funny, not all the Tesla fanboys and fangirls got to go. So that just shows you it's even like a tight ticket among the Tesla community. This person here named Future, he's one of the Tesla pumpers. I don't know his name. I can't remember, but I've seen him with the other pumper dudes. He says, is today my big day? Final round of the 10-10 and invites go out to lucky referral credit lottery winners. So I guess they had some sort of lottery in this thing. This is my last shot to get into what would be first Tesla product event. Long odds, but not zero. Can I get a hell yeah? And I guess he didn't go. Other people did go. So this person says they got theirs. This was just a few minutes ago. This person, Sori Merritt, he's one of the Tesla stock promoters. I guess he's going, right? So this is the kind of people that they're inviting, like very, very friendly audience. Or there's another person, his account on Twitter is Tesla Addiction. So obviously this is going to be a fanboy or fangirl, and they write yes. So they're going. So that's what it's going to be. And one of the rumors is, it just came out today, Tesla will probably say, I'll just say this is a rumor, that maybe they'll introduce 4 new batteries, or they're in development by 2026. And so the question is, and this has come from the informant, so we'll see if that ends up being true, this rumor, but this is just a rumor at this point. If it is 4 new batteries, so you could theoretically say, okay, one would be for the Robotaxi, right? You need a battery for that. What would the other 3 batteries be for? So on one could be theoretically for your $25,000 car. Okay, that would be another thing. Another one could be, I think, theoretically, maybe a delivery van, that kind of vehicle, right? Because I know, I think Rivian makes that kind of thing. A couple other companies make that kind of stuff, and I can just tell you here in Korea, Hyundai, Kia, they work on these kind of stuff as well. We have them around town. I mean, I see these things. So it wouldn't be shocking if they're doing something like that. And then what would be the fourth battery? Could it just be just for a revamp of their other existing models or yet another new model? Regardless of what they announce, it's all going to be coming soon, coming next year, that kind of stuff. Now, the funny thing is, and I'm introducing sort of the Tesla fanboys and fangirls community, is before I was kind of always wondering, like, are these people like sincerely believe Musk's lies and stuff? Does even Musk believe his own lies? There's a possibility that these people actually believe the stuff that they say. There is a possibility. I want to show you this. There's a situation that came up today where one of the Trump people, who essentially spouts out lies all the time, she got 9 years in prison. So have a look at this.
What do you think the chances are that you and or Donald Trump are in prison a year or two from now?
Well, I'll tell you, if I thought I was going to prison, I would probably be on the beach somewhere, but relaxing. It's just like with Donald Trump's indictment. My indictment has nothing to do with the facts.
Okay, no, Randy, put your cup down and turn around. Ma'am?
No. Let go of me. You let go of me. Let go of me. Let go of me. Let go of me. Oh, no. Let go of me. Go. It hurts. Let go of me. Give me my
Do not kick. Do you understand?
Stop it. No, let go of me. Yes, you are, Caleb. Give me my key to my car. Give me my key to my car. Give me my key to my car. Give it to me. Give me my key.
Step outside for me, please.
Take my purse. Let go of me. You're hurting me. And I'm going to show all the bruises that you put on me.
If you're not going to cooperate, you'll be charged with obstructing.
Let go of me.
You understand that?
You let go of me now.
No, ma'am.
You're bruising me. Let go
Stop
of me.
pulling against us.
I'm not pulling against you. Let go of
Then
me.
stand up like an adult.
Shut up. What an thing to say to me.
And that particular person, she was hanging out with Mike Lindell, the My Pillow person. She was tampering with voting machines. But guys, it turns out, even if you believe your own lies, if they're lies, regardless if you believe it or not, or if, whatever. And sometimes, the police literally come and they're like, don't arrest me, get your hands off me. And it's like, I think this person may actually believe her own lies. Who knows? So, it's whatever is in her heart. And it's kind of the same with the Tesla people. Who knows if they believe this nonsense? But I do want to bring some reality to this stuff. So this is actually Sawyer Merritt. Again, he's one of the Tesla stock promoters. He does this every day. He was tweeting out, I guess the Cybertruck is going to be available for now $79,000 or basically $80,000 to $100,000, these kind of things. And I mentioned this is just an hour ago, he tweets this out, is because sometimes they try to brush under the carpet that Elon Musk's broken many promises. So for example, when the Cybertruck was first announced, they were promising basically, a $40,000 truck. They were promising a 500-mile range. They were promising that the thing could be a boat and it could walk diagonally like a crab. None of the things ended up being true. And I think often the Cybertaxi, Cybercab thing is going to be like that. So it's kind of makes sense when you understand these things all put together, why Musk is like, you know what? I'm not even going to tweet about Tesla that much anymore. I'm just going to get into politics and try to get my golden parachute that way. And moreover, he's even going even more crazy. Not only is he going to be tweeting about politics all the time, he's actually going to go to one of the Trump rallies, is what he says. He says, I will be there to support. Trump is going back to Butler. This is where there was the assassination attempt. So we'll see if they ended up being together in person. And both mumbling, stumbling, and just talking a couple old dudes of why you need to vote for Trump and not for Harris. So we'll see that there's that. But I enjoy hanging out with you guys in the community because we cut through the BS, we see through the lies, and it's not that I don't like technology. Sometimes Musk fanboys and friends goes, oh Chris, you're just so mean. You just don't like technology. That's actually not the case. I actually like to talk about it quite a bit. It just doesn't mean necessarily I think we're going to get warp drive tomorrow, right? Not necessarily, or teleporter machines, next week or whatever. Here's a couple comments coming from the community, and I want to share these things. I think they're interesting. This 9 days ago, Rior Riggs say, They have to solve AGI for these robots to actually be useful, referring to the Tesla bots. They're also 20 years behind Boston Dynamics in terms of mobility. So, we're talking about just realistic terms, right? Could Tesla actually build a robot to catch up? We're still a long ways away. This person writes, this is Carl Gruen, has a really interesting point about AI, says, AI mania will continue because this is winner gets all race. Winner gets it all race. Has nothing to do with the state of the economy because all players are loaded with cash reserves. The first one to reach general AI first wins because number 2 and 3 will never be able to catch up. So it's an interesting point. Whether or not number 2 and 3 will be catch up, I would dispute that, but I wouldn't necessarily disagree that perhaps the race towards general artificial intelligence, like real AI, not just sort of the pseudo language model stuff. I would agree that there's certainly one of the goals. That we're going to maybe singularity where the AI develops consciousness. Maybe that will happen someday. Who knows? I mean, you never know these days. But whether or not Musk will do it, I'm a little bit doubtful on, right? Right now, it appears that OpenAI does to be the leader in this. And it's actually kind of funny how Musk, and he sort of shows them himself, every now and then. And this is something I always tell you guys, the longer you get exposure to someone, they expose themselves for who they are. So for example, just yesterday, David Sachs tweets out, "Shady, the mask is really coming off," and it's referring to OpenAI saying, if you want to invest in our company, you can't invest in Elon Musk company. And Elon Musk tweeted out, "OpenAI is evil." And he actually tweeted out that a couple times, calling OpenAI evil. He sued OpenAI / Sam Altman a couple of times. There's kind of a rivalry there. It's similar. Well, it's not exactly the same, but I'll just say it's similar to like a Bill Gates and Steve Jobs rivalry. It's similar, but it's not really the same. I mean, you're dealing with Musk who finds kind of all these ways to, I guess you could say it's similar. He could steal, cut corners, cheat. Because guys, if you know the early days of computers, it was like that. They were pretty ruthless. And so what I think is going on right now with Musk, he's trying to raise money, trying to outraise Sam Altman. Essentially, it's an arms race. So who can hire the best engineers? And the problem with Musk, though, is he's a bit crazy. The problem with Sam Altman, I think he's a bit crazy also, where he's either chasing away many of their employees. Remember, guys, we saw that recent rash of people quitting, or people just don't like him and they're quitting. Either way, either pushing people out or people are leaving. So Musk actually had a recruiting event, and evidently Musk's new company, XAI, they've moved into the old headquarters of OpenAI. They're like in the same area. And I think kind of why you put headquarters in the same area is like you're trying to poach, engineers from the rival company. I think that's what's going on. So this is Musk here. This is a picture of him. He was standing on top of a table, giving a recruiting message to people, trying to get all these people to work for OpenAI. And a quote was, he's trying to get people to work for his company, XAI, right? So that's why he's standing on the table and he does the Musk thing for like an hour and a half. And one quote was, "No SR-71 Blackbird was ever shot down, and it only had one strategy: to accelerate." So basically, he wants people to go as fast as humanly possible, no matter what it takes, no matter what you have to steal, cheat, lie, etc. That's the Musk way. Here's another quote. Musk, I guess he said at this event, again, he's trying to recruit employees for XAI. "We want to create digital superintelligence that is as benign as possible." Okay. He also said here, trying to recruit people to join XAI and help build the intelligence and build useful applications to derive from that intelligence. And then I guess he just went on this like crazy sort of, projections of stuff. He wants to build AGI, artificial general intelligence. Okay. That's in a couple of years, I guess. He wants to build a supersonic jet company, right? So I guess now we're getting to planes, but that was mentioned before. I've heard Musk talk about electric boats, electric planes in the before, so not surprised there. And then I guess he wants to open source his XAI stuff in a few months, whatever, like 9 months from now. And then most importantly, he wants to move fast. Now, they asked someone on the inside, this is all coming from The Verge, how's the tech going over at XAI? I don't think they have anything. According to one person on the inside, they said that they're using Microsoft's Bing as like one part of kind of the underlying code, and then they're using Meta's open source Llama as the other part of the code. So they don't really have anything original. And this is something that you may or may not know. Musk is not really an inventor or anything like that. What Musk is a dude who was born rich. He got lucky. Other people did the work. Again, he got lucky. And then he just keeps kind of rolling that money over and giving people big dreams. And to be very frank with Musk, he has the right connections to the right, or we'll say some, right is a relative term, but to some very, very wealthy individuals, and he's good at speaking to those kind of people and convincing them that he can build these supersonic jets and build, artificial general intelligence and build, robotaxis or whatever, and they give him money. And as long as he, keeps his stock elevated and make people rich, they'll keep going along with it. But that's sort of what it is. It's kind of funny. Like, for example, I guess for their image generation thing, they bought some technology from Black Forest Labs, but it wasn't really ready. So that's why you see like realistic images of Taylor Swift and other famous people, which other AI engines don't do that, because you run into copyright issues, libel, fraud issues, all this kind of stuff. And he could get in real trouble with that kind of stuff. According to Musk, though, he says, my personal belief is that the best way to achieve AI safety is to have maximum truth-seeking AI, whatever that means. And I guess he's trying to, convince people to join his team because they're not going to be woke. They're going to be hardworking, hardcore, all that kind of stuff. And someone on the inside said this recruiting event that just happened wasn't really planned at all. It just kind of was a spur of the moment thing. And this is sort of where I think Musk, how he operates. And it kind of makes sense if you've been watching the last, couple of months. Reuters, for example, came out with a report that said they're canceling their cheaper vehicle. Musk got pissed off and said, oh, that's a bunch of lies. And then he announced the Robotaxi event is coming, right? That event ended up being canceled, and I made it exclusive on that. You can see my video on that. I'll put a link down below. And then, now we're going to another thing, and it looks like it's being hurried the same way that XAI is being hurried, and he's trying to, essentially recruit people and buy people to, fulfill his promises that he himself can't keep. So that is the story of Musk. That's what's going on with this. We're on bankruptcy watch, prison watch, and all these things. Will he be connected to any number of frauds? Who knows? I'd like to hear your thoughts on this one. This has been fun to always cover this stuff with you, and I'll catch you on the next video.